So let me ask, who wants to own apartments? Whenever I speak at real estate meetings, I always start off by asking the crowd how many people want to own apartments. And invariably, almost every hand goes up. The typical career progression for most people is to start with single family homes and then grow into multifamily investing. Now, the typical client of my law firm or my coaching program is usually a real estate investor who started off doing single family deals and now wants to make the switch to apartments. But they lack two very important resources. First, knowledge, and of course, money. Can you believe I just shared the dirtiest little secret that completely flies in the face of what all the gurus tell you? Just before they sell you their $4,000 boot camp or their $30,000 coaching program? That's right, you need money. And that's where I come in. Now, I've been involved in thousands of deals. Yes, thousands, either as an attorney, an investor, a consultant, a syndicator, manager, you name it. There's very little that I have not seen in this business. So I know firsthand what is needed to get deals done. You're going to need knowledge and money to get your deal done. Now the question is, how much? Well, as they teach you in law school, the answer is, it depends. You will need earnest money to get your deal under contract. You may even need a proof of funds letter to submit with your offer. And then you'll need to raise the down payment money. See, when they tell you that you can buy apartments with no money down, what they really mean is none of your own money down. You're still going to need cash to make the deal happen. So where are you going to get a proof of funds letter for up to $500,000? And where are you going to get the earnest money of maybe up to $50,000? And where are you going to find a key principal who will partner with you and help you qualify for a commercial mortgage? And finally, where are you going to find investors to provide you with your down payment funding? Let me give you one hint who will not be able to provide you with any of these items. The same guy that will charge you $30,000 for their coaching program. The guru. But you see, my clients and students have access to all of those things and even more. That's right, folks. If you need $50,000 deposit for your earnest money, I've got you covered. You need a $500,000 proof of funds letter to submit with your letter of intent? I've got you covered. You need a qualified key principal to help you qualify for a commercial mortgage? I've got you covered. You need access to the Multifamily Investing Academy's crowdfunding portal to raise private money for your down payment? Yep, I've got you covered. Folks, this is huge. You see, I know what it takes to get into the multifamily business. I also know that most new investors are unprepared for what it takes to get a deal done. When I started working with new investors, I realized that the greatest thing I could do to help them achieve their goals is to remove all of the roadblocks that stand between them and closing on an apartment building or complex. With my legal expertise, I was able to easily create a solution for things like providing earnest money funds or providing proof of funds letters. But for years, that, along with the greatest training and consulting, was all my law firm and the training academy provided. We intentionally avoided getting involved in any aspect of syndicating deals for our clients until one of my students came to me with a great idea. Now, it was one of those ideas where you think, man, why didn't I think of that? You see, there's a new concept in finding private money called crowdfunding. I'm sure you've seen it. Web portals have been created that allow sponsors of real estate to promote their deals and their offer on a website. And investors can come to the site, review the offers, and invest as little as $5,000, $10,000, or as much as they'd like. It's a great way to get your offering seen in front of thousands of potential investors. Now, how successful would you be if you had a tool like that at your disposal? Sounds good, doesn't it? So why isn't everyone doing it? Well, that's exactly the issue that my student was running into as well. You see, these crowdfunding sites are great, but they aren't cheap. to get on board with one of them, it may cost you as little as $5,000 just to get them to build your platform, and then $1,800 per month for a 12 to 24 month maintenance contract. Man, for many new investors, that's too much to bite off if, especially in their first year, they may only do one deal. And that's when my student came up with a great idea. She said, "Hey, Charlie, you have a large group of clients and students that would benefit immensely from putting their deals on a crowdfunding platform. Why don't you sign up with one of them and give everyone access?" It took me about 2 seconds to grasp what she was saying, and that's all it took. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce to you today the Multifamily Investing Academy's crowdfunding platform, renextfund.com. Now, let me give you an idea of how this is going to catapult you into the multifamily business. See, members of my Owner Forum program, that's the program I offer to investors who absolutely, positively want to own a multifamily property in the next 12 months, can post their offerings on this site for an additional monthly fee. And let me assure you, it's not $5,000 and it's not $1,800 per month for 24 months. It's $500 per month for every month that you're looking to raise money. Don't have a deal going on right now, then you pay nothing. You get your deal funded in 3 months, then you only pay $1,500. The cost of the program is not the only benefit to the MFIA crowdfunding site. As someone who has syndicated many deals before and knows what it takes to get a deal done, I can tell you that I only wish that I had this resource when I was raising money. Life would have been so much easier. Here's how the crowdfunding portal works. As a member of the Owner Forum, your deal will be placed in front of other investors on our site. Every investor has to self-certify that they are accredited investors in order to get access to the site. You don't have to get involved in documenting whether someone is accredited or not. That is handled entirely for you, including all of the paperwork. Now, in addition to having your deal put in front of all qualified investors of the Multifamily Investing Academy, your deal is also put up on a larger crowdfunding portal called realcapitalstack.com. Now, take a look. This is what your deal would look like if you were a member of the Owner Forum. Take a look at this particular property, Oakview Terrace in High Point, North Carolina. Check over here. It says invest today. All an investor has to do is click on that button and contribute their money. Look at how this guy's he's already raised $1.9 million. He's almost there. He's 90% of the way there. And all the information is put in a nice, neat format right here for any investor to see. How professional will your business look if you had access to this type of portfolio? Now, take a look at this. Down at the bottom of the screen, as you can see, you can still see the Invest Today button, but there are the offering documents, subscription agreement, investment package, the private placement memorandum, and the beautiful thing about this is we use DocuSign. Everything is done electronically. You keep an electronic record of all of your documents. How does that sound? And then take a look at this. Your deals, along with all my other clients' deals, will be put up on a joint site, and investors just come, take a look at it, click on the Learn More button. Look at some of these other deals that are already fully funded and closed. How would you like that to be your deal someday? So how much easier would it be for all of these elements of raising private money were taken care of for you? So if you'd like to have all of these tools to build your multifamily portfolio, you have to check out the most unique training program for multifamily investors available today. Now, if you're looking to gain the knowledge in how to buy apartments the right way, but you don't feel as if you're ready to buy in the next 12 months, that's okay. Then you'll want to join what I call the Masterclass Elite program. But if you know that your goal is to own apartments absolutely in the next 12 months, then you must join the Owner Forum program. And here's how they both work. First, you get the training. Every month, you'll receive a new video training series from me on a different aspect of the multifamily business. The training builds on what you've already learned, and by the end of the series, you will have a library of training videos from an attorney that specializes in teaching the right way to buy apartments. How to find deals on the internet, how to speak to a multifamily broker with confidence, how to analyze a broker property package, understanding multifamily financial statements, how to draft a multifamily letter of intent, how to draft a multifamily purchase and sale agreement, how to make offers using master lease options, and so much more. Now, what about private money? We have you covered for that as well, but in a different way that no one else teaches. You see, it's a 3-part private money tutorial where we teach you all the different aspects of raising money, not just necessarily private money. Could be a mortgage, could be your down payment. We teach you every step of the way, and it doesn't stop there. Now, as a law firm, we are always creating documents, templates, contracts, you name it, that all of our students and clients can benefit from. And we make them available to you in our membership site. So just click on the Resources and Archives section, and you'll find out just about everything you could ever need to get your deals done. This is what our Resources and Archives section looks like. We take you through all the due diligence documents, cash flow analyzer videos, cleaning up your credit, all the different types of letters of intent, master lease options, all different forms and contracts, how to find your deals. It goes on and on. And the nice thing is, you don't see what you need? Just let us know. We probably already have it in our archives, and we'll be more than happy to share it with you. Now, how successful would you be in your training if you had direct access to the best multifamily trainer in the world? Members of the masterclass have access to me live 3 times per month. The second Monday of every month, I conduct a live training class called the Offer Writing Workshop, where I show you from start to finish how to analyze a broker's property package all the way to drafting the letter of intent. I record all of these calls and I post them online. The day you register for the masterclass, you'll be able to see all of my past offer writing workshops and then register for the upcoming ones as well. Take a look at, here's what you'll see. This happens to be the very first one we did. The name of the property was Dorchester Village Apartments in North Charleston, South Carolina. And as you can see, all the documents that we referenced in the video are right there for you to download. The cash flow analyzer, the broker package, the trailing 12 financial statement, and ultimately the final letter of intent. Then on the first and third Thursdays, I conduct my live group coaching calls. All of these calls are recorded and put on the membership site, so the day you register for the masterclass, you will have over a year's worth of training from me in addition to everything else. Here are just a couple of samples of what you'll see when you turn on the masterclass group coaching call platform. And as you can see, there's 13, 14, and 15. Every 2 weeks it's a different topic. Some of these are an hour long, some half an hour, some an hour and a half. It all depends upon the topic and how long it goes. And these are done live every Tuesday and Thursday. There is so much more to the masterclass that I don't even have the time to go into right now. But if you're looking to add multifamily to your real estate repertoire and you want to start immersing yourself in how to buy apartments the right way, then you have to join this program. Now, how much is it? Well, not so fast. Let me tell you more about the owner form first. Remember, the owner form is for the people that want to own a property in the next 12 months. Now, I've designed this program to remove as many of the obstacles that I see that exist for new investors. The owner forms members get everything the master class members enjoy, plus access to my earnest money deposit program, where we provide you with up to $50,000 on your deals, strings attached. We can get you a proof of funds letter of up to $350,000 and sometimes up to $500,000 when you need it. You get access to my clients who will partner with you on your deal and help you qualify for a multifamily mortgage. We call those key principles. And most of the time, those other gurus never tell you that this is something you're definitely going to need if it's your first deal. And then finally, you get access to the MFIA RE Next Fund crowdfunding portal. You see, we take everything, we take care of virtually everything for you. Now, and this next part is huge. You get access to me 24/7. Practically, I do sleep. but you have full and complete access to me. I know you find that last part probably hard to believe, but I really do make myself available to my owner forum members as often as they need. And let me tell you why I do that. Back when I was first getting started buying apartments, I had no intention of putting out my shingle and working with my new investors as their attorney. I had enough on my plate building my own real estate empire to not have to worry about someone else's problems. Then I got the call. And believe me, since that first call, I've received many more calls just like that one. The call was from one of those weekend real estate boot camp attendees of one of those national gurus. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Those experts who stand on a stage with hundreds of people in the room to teach you that even you can own apartments with no money down. Now, if you just buy my home study course or sign up with my coaching program. And why were these boot camp attendees calling me? Because they got into trouble. They did something the guru never told them about, and now they were about to lose their entire life savings. Attorney Dobbins, can you please help me? You know, after hearing their tale of woe, my first reaction was, holy cow, what were you thinking? And then I got another call, and then another. And then I realized that there was this huge need to represent these types of clients. But the truth, I hated doing it. I really did. You see, by the time these people came to see me, it was usually too late. I couldn't help them. And then I would hear those dreaded words. Oh, those dreaded words. I wish I had met you sooner. Oh, stab me in the heart now. That's when I decided I had to stop new investors from making bad decisions. I need to get them before they make stupid moves and bad investments. I never want to hear those dreaded words again. Now, I work with my owner forum members from the very beginning of their investment career to get their deals done the right way. Now, as you can see, the owner forum is not anything like those coaching programs that the gurus peddle. You know, the ones that charge $30,000 where you get assigned a coach. Not even the guru. He can't be bothered working with the little people. You get to speak to your coach twice per month and maybe an emergency call if necessary. I'm sorry, folks, but this proves to me what P.T. Barnum said about fools and coaching students. Or how about those guys that charge you $4,000 for a 3-day boot camp where you will learn everything there is to know about multifamily? I mean, seriously? Do you honestly believe that? Let me tell you, the people that attended these seminars became my best clients. These were the investors who I had to save from bad deals. And that's when I said, this has got to stop. And the masterclass and the owner forum were created. So why is mine different? Mainly because of this guy. This is my father on his 82nd birthday. He was a legend. He had an insurance business in the state of New Hampshire for 57 years. Clients loved him. When he died, 500 people came to his funeral. The U.S. Senator eulogized him. The mayor of the town eulogized him. And everybody loved my dad. My dad, when he died, had over one of the largest Medicare supplement insurance agencies in the state of New Hampshire. He wrote more Medicare supplement policies than most insurance companies did in the whole entire state. He one time joked and said, if I was a insurance company, I would be ranked 3rd in the state. That's how much business he had, and he loved doing it. Guy worked up until the day he died. Now, one thing I remember asking him was, Dad, you make about $400 to $500 in commissions on every sale you make. Yeah, that's about right. I said, if someone bought from you today and called you a year and a half later to ask you some advice on Medicare supplements, would you take their call? And he looked at me, I said, of course I would. So you'd help that person, even though you made your money a year and a half before. Of course they would. They're a client of mine. And he looked at me like he didn't understand where I was coming from. And the point I was making was that in my business, in this real estate training business, If you're not paying the guru, you don't get any service. They don't take care of you the way my father would have taken care of you. And that's when I decided that I need to run my business differently. If you're a client of mine, I treat you the way my father treated his clients. If you call me, I take your call and I help you. That's the name of the game. Let me give you an example. Here's a picture of my dad. This is when he was 79. This is my sister. When he was 79 years old, he was on a photography exposition in Ireland, and he slipped on a wet hill, fell down, and broke his neck. So here he is coming out of Mass General after being in Mass General for a couple of days. Yeah, they had to fly him home, and he got all stitched up there. And this is them leaving the hospital. But here he is, sitting at his desk with a broken neck, taking care of his clients. That's the kind of guy he was, and that's exactly how I run my consulting practice. And here he is. This is a sad picture. This is 2 weeks before he died. Here he is back at Mass General. He died at the age of 82, so it was 3 years after that broken neck. And right here in front of him, he's got an application for Medicare. He is taking care of his clients. He's filling in the paperwork while he's lying in what essentially became his deathbed. And so, folks, this is a perfect example of why I run my business the way I do, because of this man. So if you need me, you call me. You know, my clients have my cell phone number, and they can call me whenever they need to. They text me whenever they need me. I use a smartphone app called WhatsApp that I absolutely love, because on WhatsApp, all of my students talk to each other. That's right. I want you to talk to other students, because when you do, everyone wins. And I know one guru who never wanted his students to talk to each other. Talk about being paranoid. I wonder what he didn't want the other students to talk about. But think about this. If you were in the middle of a closing and your lawyer informed you that he was only available for 2.5 calls per month, would he continue to be your lawyer? I doubt you'd put up with that. So why do you let your coach do the same thing? This is what one of my students had to say. One of the most valuable aspects of the owner's forum for me is the direct access to Charles Dobbins as a coach and mentor. Being able to bounce ideas off of you real time is worth the cost of the owner's forum alone. Second to that, the regular calls with my peers are also useful. It reminds me very much of the project groups we were working on in business school. It's nice to hear some of the progress other folks are making, and hearing that they are running into the same challenges that I am certainly comforts me in that I know I'm not alone out there. I also feel like I need to be accountable to them as well, contributing to my part. If I haven't made my offers that week, I feel like I've let the group down. Lastly, hearing others progressing in areas that I should also be progressing in, but I'm not, is also very motivating. The rest of the education from the Masterclass and the Masterclass Elite programs is also very valuable. I find myself taking copious notes as I listen to these sessions. Many times with other educational videos, I find they are more rah-rah and less business. For me personally, I already know why I want to do this business. I'm looking for strategies and mechanics, not hype. Your videos and the owner's forum calls provide that. And that's Dave Barker, one of my students from the Maryland area. So, how much do these programs cost? Remember, for me, it's all about value. If I'm not giving you value, then I don't want to take your money. The master class is $197 per month. No startup fee, no contracts, no long-term commitments. Just $197 per month, and that's it. And the owner forum, the program that's designed for people ready to do their first deal, the program with the earnest money deposit component, the proof of funds letter, access to my key principles, and the crowdfunding portal, the owner forum is $697 per month. And I ask you for a 6-month commitment. I don't make you stay for 6 months. I just ask that if you want to be in that program, you give me at least 6 months. Access to the owner forum is limited to 50 people, and most investors get in and they never leave. Now, I'm going to include 2 bonus items for anyone signing up on this webinar. First, the greatest analyzing software available on the market today for multifamily property, absolutely free. Now, believe me, I know this software, and I know what other software exists. I even helped develop a program for one of those so-called gurus, and I can tell you, nothing beats this program. It's the Landlord Cash Flow Analyzer Pro from Doug Rutherford. He's a CPA out of Georgia. He's been developing the software for over 20 years, and it is phenomenal. Every multifamily investor should have this software, and I'm going to give it to you free. But I've also put together a 9-part video series on how to use this software that you can find in the resources and archives section the day that you sign up. Now, next, you're going to get instant access to my online multifamily due diligence training program. See, this is a class that I taught online for 2 hours a day every Saturday for a month. Now, the results were outstanding. And now I have it all recorded and produced and available to you immediately. Class 1, 2-hour class on the overview of the due diligence program. Class 2, all we did was talk about legal due diligence. Class 3 was all on the financial due diligence. All of these classes were over 2 hours long. And then Class 4, what I consider to be the least important part of the due diligence, but most new investors think it's the most important, we talked about the physical due diligence program. Now, here's what some of my students had to say about this class. Charlie, finally getting through the financial due diligence seminar I missed last week. It is excellent, Mike Butler. Okay, Charles, Charles is the apartment force. He knows due diligence. That was from Ken Younger. The due diligence seminar was amazing, Charlie. Format worked well and productive. Manish Gupta. And then this due diligence seminar is on point, something my kids would say. The best I have seen. What I love most is I am getting all of this expert knowledge on due diligence from the comfort of my home office. I am grateful. Thank you, Charlie. And that was from Diane Black Robinson, one of my students. So make your choice. You got the master class or the owner forum. Complete the form below or in the next slide and get started today. Try it out for 30 days. If it's not the program that you absolutely need, just let me know and I'll refund you your money. Thank you so much for your time. I hope that I'm the advisor that you choose to help you achieve your multifamily goals. And I really do look forward to working with you.